All right, welcome to Module 1, Video 3, where we're going to go into market research for highly motivated sellers. Now, we've just gone over Video 2, where we've validated buyer counts and made sure that there was a healthy amount of buyers in the particular market that we're going into. By now, you should have a number written down for the amount of buyers that are in your market, in your local market. And if it's over 100, 150 plus, you have a healthy buyer count. If it's less than that, then I would consider going into a neighboring market that has a higher count. Now, the cool thing and one of the benefits of running the wholesale business blueprint the way we do is that you have the ability to be in any market, anywhere in the United States, from the comfort of your own home. So just make sure that you pick one that makes sense for you. There's no geographic restrictions. It's up to you which one you pick. Just make sure that you have a healthy amount of buyers. And in this video, we're going to go into how to validate that there's a healthy amount of motivated sellers in your market, so that we can dive right in and proceed with our wholesale business operation. All right, so we're back in ListSource, and go ahead and log back in. I'm going to log back in, and I'm going to pull up the recent Safe Search that we just did, where we had a 224 count for buyers within the last 6 months. So we're going to go ahead and click that, pull up that search. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go into the property tab. Go back into we want to go into the last market sale date, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to X out this right here. I'm going to click on the last market sale date right here, and I'm going to exit out. And as you can see, this count increased from 225 all the way to 11,480. And so that means that we removed the 6 months back, and now there's really no date there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the property tab. We're going to click here, and we're going to select last market sale date once again. And what we want to do is we want to select a date criteria that's at least 10 years older. So at least 10 years back. So what I like to do is I like to go and put January 1st, 1900, and then I'll put November 16, 2007. So that's 10 years back from today, and I'll add that. Now it gave me 3,102 records. Now it's cutting it pretty close, actually. 3,000 is the very bare-boned minimum that I will look at in order to go into a market. So I'm glad it came out this way, because this is, this will show you that even in a very bare minimum seller count market, you can make it happen and make it a profitable market. Now, again, we're looking for a bare minimum of 3,000 sellers. More than that is better. Again, this is a smaller county that we're looking at, but there seems to be a lot of activity in it, so we're going to go ahead and proceed. This is a green light. Again, 3,000 minimum, more than that if possible. Okay, if you got 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 seller records, then that's even better. But you're only going to find that in bigger counties. So I'm going to go ahead and save this search. And I'm going to call it Washington sellers. Whatcom sellers. I'm going to save it. So now we have a valid buyer count and we have a valid seller count. At the very bare minimum, but we have a valid buyer and a valid seller count, which means we can proceed. So in the next video, we're going to go into setting up all your systems. We're not going to go ahead and download any data just yet because we're not ready for that. We're going to make sure that we have all our systems set up, our CRMs, our phone systems, our data providing systems, so that we can download the data and run the comps, and possibly even set up an LLC. We'll go into that into the next video, and then by the end of the week 1, next week 2, we're going to get into starting to download the cash buyer data, marketing to the cash buyers, and marketing for sellers, which is the most exciting part. So again, we're going to get into systems in the next video, and I'll see you there.